Salesians 2025.
New beginnings. The year 2025 also witnessed several significant new beginnings across different continents, with new presences, centers, and institutions inaugurated for our beneficiaries. Mary Help of Christians Parish and Don Bosco Center inaugurated. On 26 January 2025, the Salesian province of Shillong inaugurated the Mary Help of Christians Parish and Don Bosco Center in Patarkandi, Assam. Bulgaria. Consecration of new Salesian Temple. On May 24, 2025, in Stara Zagora, a new Salesian temple was consecrated to serve local Catholics and the Gypsy community. Macau. Inauguration of new campus of Instituto Salesiano. On May 28, 2025, in Macau, the new campus of Instituto Salesiano was inaugurated, expanding educational facilities for students. Ecuador. Opening of Casa Pinardi Center. In July 2025, in Guayaquil, the new Casa Pinardi Reference Center was opened in Bastión Popular to serve vulnerable children and families.
Indonesia. Blessing and inauguration of Dominic Savio Complex. On July 19, 2025, in Purwodadi, the Dominic Savio Dormitory Complex was blessed and inaugurated to accommodate underprivileged students. Pakistan. Inauguration of Peter Zago Youth Center. On August 24, 2025, in Quetta, the Peter Zago Youth Center was inaugurated at Don Bosco Housing Scheme for the growth and development of local youth. Indonesia. Salesian expansion to Borneo Island. On September 1, 2025, in Sungai Raya, Pontianak, Borneo, a new Salesian mission was officially established to manage and revive St. Yusuf Carpentry School. Israel. Inauguration of the Theological Institute of the Annunciation. On September 12, 2025, in Nazareth, the Theological Institute of the Annunciation was inaugurated at the Salesian Church of Don Bosco for the theological formation of lay people. Greece. New Salesian presence on Syros. The Salesian mission officially began on September 13th on Syros, Greece, laying the foundations for Don Bosco's charism in this new mission territory. Syria. Inauguration of Don Bosco Center. On September 16, 2025, in Jaramana, Damascus, the second Don Bosco Center was inaugurated to provide educational and vocational services for youth. Italy. Inauguration of new Salesian Vocational Training Center. On September 19, 2025, in Ancona, the new Salesian Vocational Training Center was inaugurated to offer work-oriented training for young people.
Colombia. Inauguration of new Salesian Cultural Center. On November 15, 2025, in Bogotá, the new Salesian Cultural Center was inaugurated to promote artistic, cultural, and historical initiatives for the community. Ivory Coast. Inauguration of St. Carlo Acutis Prenoviciat. On November 24, 2025, in Corjogo, the St. Carlo Acutis Prenoviciat was officially opened for young candidates beginning their Salesian formation. Vanuatu. Arrival of first Salesian missionaries. On December 13th to 14th, 2025, in Port Vila, the first Salesian missionaries officially began the new Salesian presence in the country.
Celebrations of 150 years of first missionary expedition. The global Salesian family united with great enthusiasm to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Don Bosco's first missionary expedition, with meaningful celebrations and initiatives around the world. Malta. On 26 January 2025, over 500 members of the Salesian family in Malta gathered to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Don Bosco's first missionary expedition, honoring Maltese missionaries. India. From 27th to 29th June 2025, the South Asia branch of ACSSA held a regional seminar on Salesian missions at the Salesian Provincial House, Bangalore, under the theme Salesian Missions in the World, featuring 20 research presentations. Vietnam. On October 11th, 2025, the Salesians of the Vietnam province celebrated the anniversary with a missionary animation program and Thanksgiving Mass at Gia Lao sub-parish in the Kon Tum diocese. Sri Lanka. On November 5th, 2025, the Salesian family gathered in Nochiagama for a Thanksgiving Mass, also preparing for the 75th anniversary of the local mission.
Poland. On 7th to 8th November 2025, a missionary congress in Warsaw drew 500 participants for conferences and testimonies renewing missionary zeal. India. On November 8th to 9th, 2025, Chennai marked Missionary Day in Tirupattur with testimonies. On November 11th, the Shillong province observed the anniversary with masses and cultural programs. Mumbai held a seminar at DB Matunga on evangelization in India's multicultural context. Slovenia. In November 2025, the Salesian family in Slovenia gathered at the Rakovnik Shrine in Ljubljana to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the first Salesian missionary expedition during a Holy Year pilgrimage, highlighting the legacy of 98 Slovenian Salesian missionaries. South Korea. On November 23, 2025, more than 300 members of the Salesian family met in Seoul for Salesian Missionary Day, featuring music, testimonies, youth performances, and messages encouraging discernment and gratitude. Argentina. In Junín de los Andes, Salesians and the Mapuche community marked the anniversary with intercultural celebrations led by Cardinal Ángel Fernández Artime. Meanwhile, San Nicolás de los Arroyos, site of the first Salesian house in the Americas, held a Thanksgiving Mass, highlighting Don Bosco's educational legacy. China, Hong Kong. The China province commemorated the anniversary with a symbolic missionary sending ceremony aboard the Star Ferry, renewing its missionary commitment.
France. In Nice, a two-day celebration marked 150 years of the Salesians' arrival in France, attended by the Rector Major, Father Fabio Attard. Germany. The German province hosted a study day in Bonn, reflecting on the missionary call today, with emphasis on decoloniality and social engagement. Italy. Apart from the celebrations at Turin, Genoa concluded the anniversary with the blessing of a commemorative plaque and the inauguration of the Missionary Expedition Museum at Porto Antico. Myanmar. In Anisakan, a pontifical high mass and a theatrical reenactment of the Salesians' 1939 arrival honored the 150th anniversary. Nigeria. The ANN province gathered in Akure for a conference of over 65 participants, combining talks, workshops, and cultural moments to renew commitment to Don Bosco's vision. Spain. Over 1,400 young people assembled in Horta, Barcelona, for a province-wide missionary camp, during which Misiones Salesianas paid tribute to nearly 1,300 Spanish Salesian missionaries, highlighting their global impact over 150 years.
Laudato Si Initiatives, 2025. Inspired by Pope Francis's Laudato Si and guided by the recommendations of the General Chapter, the Salesian congregation continues to promote integral ecology and environmental responsibility. Across provinces, educational and pastoral communities have actively fostered sustainable practices and ecological awareness among young people. Ghana. Inauguration of Ghana's first green hydrogen production system. On February 20, 2025, in Tema, Ghana's first green hydrogen production system was inaugurated at the Don Bosco Solar Center, advancing renewable energy solutions through a solar-powered hydrogen pilot project. India. World Earth Day celebrations in Tangra. In April 2025, students of Don Bosco Center Tangra marked World Earth Day with a 12-day environmental awareness drive, transforming local streets into hubs of sustainable action.
Argentina. Reforestation Project, Dominic Savio School. On June 5, 2025, World Environment Day, students planted 34 native seedlings as part of a geography-climate initiative addressing local environmental challenges. India. Kharif season inauguration at Don Bosco Society, Goa. On June 5, 2025, World Environment Day, Goa's Chief Minister inaugurated the Kharif agricultural season, promoting eco-friendly farming through innovation, mechanization, and responsible land use. India. Radio Salesian Tree Planting Campaign. On June 5, 2025, Radio Salesian led a major tree planting initiative in Rajahata under the motto, "Build your village, promote your land," encouraging ecological responsibility and sustainable rural development. Nepal. Don Bosco School Anti-Pollution Demonstration. On June 5, 2025, students from Don Bosco School joined a municipal rally against air and plastic pollution, carrying slogans and pledging environmental protection, which concluded in tree planting.
Colombia. Inauguration of the Salesian Green Campus. In June 2025, the Salesian Presence of La Holanda inaugurated its Green Campus, integrating sustainability, agriculture, and environmental education. India. Vanam Manam Green Drive, Vijayawada. On July 14, 2025, Don Bosco School CBSE Vijayawada hosted the Vanam Manam program, bringing together students, parents, and staff to plant saplings, fostering ecological consciousness. South Africa. Salesian Green Camp. In 2025, the AFM Salesian Planning and Development Office organized a green camp for 120 youth under the Eco Ubuntu project, focusing on renewable energy, sustainable living, and planting of trees.
Italy. Inauguration of the photovoltaic plant at Colle Don Bosco. On August 16, 2025, in Colle Don Bosco, Italy, a 200 kilowatt-hour photovoltaic plant was inaugurated, marking a significant step toward ecological sustainability in the Salesian mission. Kenya. AFE province launches 5-year ecology plan. On October 9, 2025, the AFE province launched a 5-year ecology plan in Nairobi, benefiting 45,000 young people annually across 14 institutions, aimed to promote sustainable agriculture, waste management, and ecological conversion. Italy. Inauguration of the Renewable and Solidarity Energy Community. On December 1, 2025, in Rome, Borgo Ragazzi Don Bosco inaugurated the first Renewable and Solidarity Energy Community, CERS, promoting clean energy production and social solidarity.
Awards and recognitions, 2024 to 2025. A number of institutions, Salesians, and collaborators have brought honor and recognition to our mission and ministry around the world, and brought glory to Don Bosco. Quality Seal of the Mining Skills Council, CCM, was awarded to the Salesian Industrial School Christ the Redeemer, Copiapó, Chile, on January 8, 2025, for excellence in technical certification in electronics, electricity, and automotive mechanics. Plaque of recognition from the Sinulog Foundation was awarded to the Zati Friends Club, Philippines, February 9, 2025, for first aid and assistance to pilgrims during the Sinulog festivities. Order of Merit Pro Lithuania Officer Award was conferred on Father Alessandro Barelli, Lithuania, on February 16, 2025, for his apostolic and missionary contributions to Lithuanian society.
On February 28, 2025, Ciudad Don Bosco in Medellín, Colombia, received the Orden al Mérito Don Juan del Corral, Silver Grade, prestigious award for 60 years of service to vulnerable youth. Catholic High School Christian Service Awards was awarded to Luis Antonio Camacho, Alexander Ramirez, Andrew Rios, and Diego Salcedo of United States on March 18, 2025, for outstanding Christian service and leadership. Princess of Girona Social Award was awarded to Pablo Sánchez Belgasa, Spain, on July 23, 2025, for social innovation through the creation and distribution of low-cost neonatal incubators.
Outstanding Leadership Award was awarded to Mr. Amar Prabhu, Principal of Don Bosco ITI Kurla, India, on 23 August 2025, for leadership in technical education. Telegraph Awards for Excellence were awarded to Don Bosco School Udlabari and Don Bosco School Siliguri, India, on 7th to 8th November 2025, for excellence in academics, social service, eco-initiatives, and extracurricular activities. Premi Spera 2024 award was given to Misión Joven, Spain, on November 22, 2025, for Best Circulation in Digital and Written Catholic Press, and 4 awards to Sueños, El Musical, for album, author/composer, artistic production, and interpretation. Lifetime Achievement Award for Prison Reforms with Compassion was awarded to Father N.T. Scaria from India on December 10, 2025, for transformative prison ministry and rehabilitation initiatives.
Don Bosco faculty, Rodeo del Medio, Argentina, was conferred the most awarded educational institution in Latin America for excellence in enology and agro-industrial production. MASP Award 2024, Rehabilitation and Conservation, top honor, was awarded to Teatru Salesian, Malta, led by Chris Briffa Architects, for exemplary restoration and adaptive reuse. 33rd Edebe Prize for Children's and Young Adult Literature was awarded to Beatriz Jiménez de Ori and David Lozano, Spain, for excellence in children's and young adult literature. Moments of Solidarity 2025. From wildfires and earthquakes to floods, war and displacement, 2025 revealed both the fragility of human life and the strength of Salesian solidarity. With the collaboration of Salesian provinces, mission offices, procures, and generous benefactors around the world, local communities and volunteers responded swiftly and effectively, ensuring protection, safety, relief, rehabilitation, and long-term recovery.
USA, Los Angeles wildfires. In early January 2025, devastating wildfires swept across Los Angeles, displacing families and causing widespread destruction. Salesian schools and communities mobilized immediately donations, emergency assistance, and support for displaced families and firefighters, offering practical help and spiritual solidarity. Myanmar, 7.7 magnitude earthquake. On March 28, 2025, a powerful earthquake struck Myanmar, heavily impacting Mandalay and surrounding regions and damaging homes and Salesian facilities. The Salesians provided emergency relief and continued accompanying vulnerable children and families. Argentina, floods in Bahia Blanca. Between March and April 2025, severe storms and flooding devastated Bahia Blanca, submerging neighborhoods and disrupting essential services. The Salesian family opened soup kitchens, coordinated nationwide donations, and mobilized young volunteers to deliver food, assistance, and hope to the hardest-hit communities.
Ecuador, oil spill in Esmeraldas. In April 2025, a major oil spill from the Trans-Ecuadorian pipeline system caused serious environmental and health risks in Esmeraldas. Salesian institutions organized a humanitarian campaign, delivering hundreds of food and medical kits with the support of university volunteers and benefactors. Democratic Republic of Congo, flooding in Kinshasa. On June 14, 2025, torrential rains caused deadly flooding in Kinshasa, claiming at least many lives and damaging 3 Salesian communities. The Salesians provided emergency food, hygiene kits, shelter materials, and psychosocial support, while launching rehabilitation and livelihood initiatives. Thailand, border conflict displacement. Clashes along the Thai-Cambodian border on July 24 to 25, 2025, displaced nearly 200,000 people. The Salesian family in Thailand and Cambodia delivered essential supplies and personally accompanied displaced families and students with material and pastoral support.
South Africa, Mandela Day Solidarity. On July 25, 2025, Mandela Day became a moment of outreach in Cape Town as the Salesian Institute Youth Projects led a citywide solidarity campaign. Through partnerships with donors and volunteers, practical assistance was given to vulnerable communities. Philippines. Earthquake in northern Cebu. On September 30th, 2025, a 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck northern Cebu, causing deaths and displacing nearly 200,000 families. Don Bosco Philippines responded swiftly, distributing food, tents, medicines, and essential supplies across 5 affected parishes. India. Flood emergency in Hyderabad. During September and October 2025, heavy monsoon rains caused the Musi River to overflow, devastating slum communities in Hyderabad and displacing over 1,000 families. Through Bosco Seva Kendra, the Salesians assisted 1,500 families with food, tarpaulins, hygiene kits, and psychosocial support.
Pakistan. Monsoon floods. In October 2025, catastrophic monsoon floods killed over 800 people and devastated entire regions. Salesians in Lahore supported 620 flood victims, many of them children, with tents, food, clean water, and medical care. Philippines. Typhoon Tino. On November 3rd to 4th, 2025, Typhoon Tino battered central Philippines with destructive winds and flash floods, severely damaging Salesian houses and parishes. The Salesians sheltered displaced families, protected vulnerable children, and immediately began cleanup and rebuilding efforts. Thailand. Worst floods in 25 years. From November 17th to 28th, 2025, southern Thailand experienced its worst flooding in 25 years, affecting nearly 3 million people. Salesian communities nationwide mobilized food, water, and emergency supplies while ensuring the safety of students and local families.
Ukraine. Ongoing war response. Throughout 2025, amid the third year of war, Salesians in Ukraine continued assisting displaced and war-affected families. Through shelters, winter survival programs, bunkers, and mobile schools, they provided education, psychosocial care, and safe spaces for children and youth. Sri Lanka. Cyclone Ditwa floods. In December 2025, Cyclone Ditwa triggered massive floods and landslides across Sri Lanka, leaving hundreds dead and over 1 million people affected. Salesians opened their houses to displaced families, distributed emergency supplies, and supported rescue and trauma care efforts. Cambodia. Displacement from border conflict. In December 2025, ongoing border tensions displaced nearly 500,000 people in northern Cambodia. Don Bosco teams visited refugee camps in Siem Reap and Udor Mienchi, distributing food and hygiene supplies while offering pastoral accompaniment and reassurance to affected students and families.
New Provincials, 2025. 2025 saw the nomination of 14 new provincials and superiors by the Rector Major in consultation with his General Council for the 2026 to 2032 six-year term. Father Adalberto Alves de Jesus, as Provincial of the St. Alphonsus Liguri province of Campo Grande, Brazil, BCG. Father Mikhailo Chaban, as Superior of the Mary Help of Christians Vice Province of Ukraine, UKR. Father Sunil Kaketa, Provincial of the St. John Bosco province of Calcutta, India, INC.
Father Francisco Cervantes Huitron, Provincial of Christ the King and Mary Help of Christians province of Guadalajara, Mexico, MEG. Father Peter Rinderer, Provincial of the Guardian Angels province of Austria, AUS. Father Manuel Eduardo Cayo, Provincial of the Blessed Seferino Namuncurá province of Argentina South, ARS.
Father J. Jagadas Das Kennedy, Provincial of the Our Lady of Good Health of Velankani Province, Tiruchi, India, INT.
Father Jorge Elias Gazal Mora, Provincial of the St. Luke Province of Venezuela, VEN. Father José Carlos Sobejano Garcia, Provincial of the St. James the Greater Province, Spain, SSM. Father Peter Jacko, Provincial of the Mary Help of Christians, Province of Bratislava, Slovakia, SLK.
Father Václav Jiracek, Provincial of the St. John Bosco province of Prague, Czech Republic, CEP. Father Americo Chakis, Provincial of the Mary Help of Christians province of Mozambique, MOZ. Father Jaroslav Bizon, Provincial of the St. Adalbert province of Poland North, PLN. Father Andre Young Ela Inam, Superior of the Our Lady of Africa Vice Province of Equatorial Tropical Africa, ATE.
Adieu, rest in peace. The year 2025 saw the passing away of 115 Salesians from different parts of the world. We remember them with gratitude and prayer for their contribution and wonderful testimony to the Salesian mission. May their souls rest in peace. Here we pay tribute to a few. Father Augustin Jęziel, Polish Salesian priest and missionary in Eastern Europe and Africa, died on January 14, 2025, in Krakow, Poland, after prolonged illness. Father Daniel Lisjak, Slovenian Salesian missionary in Africa, died on 26 April 2025 in Diima, Uganda, due to a fatal road accident.
Father Bartolomeo Giaccaria, Italian Salesian missionary to the Chavante people, died on the 3rd of June 2025 in Campo Grande, Brazil, at the age of 92. Brother Maximiliano Maria Kolbe Joji Arakawa, young Japanese Salesian brother, aged 33, died on August 3, 2025 in Tokyo, Japan, due to liver cancer. Brother Mojela Filo, a Salesian brother dedicated to youth ministry, died on the 14th of August 2025 in Maputswe, Lesotho.
Father Francis Tsang Tsong Lai, Salesian missionary in Vietnam and Taiwan, died on August 20, 2025 in Hong Kong at the age of 93. Brother Genesio Dalmonico, elderly Salesian brother devoted to youth, died on 31st August 2025 in Campinas, Sao Paulo, Brazil, at the age of 103. Father Elio Torrigiani died on 11th September 2025 in Rome, Italy, at the age of 92.
Loredana Magro, the wife of Mr. Brian Magro, the world president of the Past Pupils, died on September 26, 2025 in Malta after a prolonged period of illness. Father Jean-Marie Petitclerc, French Salesian priest dedicated to disadvantaged youth, died on November 17, 2025 in Paris, France. Father Francis Maloney, Australian Salesian priest and renowned biblical scholar, died on November 8, 2025 in Melbourne, Australia, at the age of 85.
This brings us to the close of the Salesians 2025 edition. As we look back on this grace-filled Jubilee year, our hearts are filled with gratitude. A heartfelt thank you to every Salesian, every member of the Salesian family, every young person, collaborator, benefactor and friend who has made this Salesian journey so meaningful and fruitful. Through your quiet sacrifices, dedication, generosity and steadfast commitment, the spirit of Don Bosco continues to live and breathe, bringing faith, hope, education and love to countless young people around the world. Let us move forward with renewed apostolic courage and missionary zeal. Young people are still waiting, and the world and the church look to us with great hope. Let us forge ahead and continue to keep Don Bosco's dream alive and credible, especially for the poorest and most vulnerable of the young.